Hello, y'all on YouTube. This is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. We're taking part 2. We had a power outage as I was recording the other one, so I'm trying this over. Today I have a very special unboxing, something that came in through our pass around. I think this came in from Big Red ADC. He's part of the pass around, so I'm kind of excited to see what this is. So let's take a look. Today I'm opening it up with my Olin Knives AXL Goat. That's the name of the knife. This is a made knife, a really cool crossbar lock. Love this thing. So just got it, just trying it out, super sharp. All right. And you aren't mistaken, that is my Carta inlay, and I don't hate it. Yes, for some of you guys, you're going to be like, is that what I think it is? It is. It is indeed. All right, make sure there's no other private information on there. All right, so let's go ahead and open that up. Let's see what we got in here. Okay, this looks like it might be a Tuya Knives. That's a typical box you get from Tuya. So let's take a look. Get rid of that box down there. What do we got here? Oh, it's a little sealed in there. Oh, yep, definitely sealed. Ooh, is this the Wraith, I think? Is that what it's called? Oh, wow. A pretty aggressive compound grind, SW90. Dave Warren design, this frag pattern, I like it. Pretty aggressive, definitely very aggressive. Nice clip, mill deep pocket carry clip. Definitely inset there into the scale. Very light frag. Yeah, a lot of milling on there. It's really cool. This is 93 of 172. It is a frame lock. You've got a good 50% lockup. And they're really solid. You've got the little Tuya knives there. It looks like we've got a little, I don't know, is that? It almost looks like it's zirconium. Yeah, or Timascus. That's interesting. Okay, looks like Timascus. The hollow grind is really aggressive. Beautiful swedge on top. I love this belly ground. It almost looks like a tanto, but not really. It's like a bellied. It's like a flat back. Almost. It's like I don't know if it's a drop point. Is it technically? I guess it's sort of a drop point. Yeah. So it's kind of a drop point. Let's see how that action works out. Well, that's really nice. Okay, thumb studs. Let's see how they work. Pretty. It's got some nice. Definitely strong detent on that thing, right? So let's go ahead and click that in here. You can hear it. Yeah, it locks in pretty good. Pretty dead centered. Any detent lash? No. All right, so for a front flipper, it's pretty aggressive. Typically, my front flippers, I like them to be a little softer so I can take advantage of that. Because in here, you really, because of the way it is, the rounded stuff, there's not a place to grip. You really got to get underneath here so you can get underneath, and you've got to make sure you don't put any pressure on that frame lock. So when I'm doing that, I got to make sure I get in here without pushing down, because that makes it a little more difficult, right? But you, from the front, pretty easy. And if I come back over here on this side, let's see here. All right, so I got to make sure this is not touching. Yep. So any pressure there. It's always a bummer about the flipper and a frame lock, right? You know, can we do this? We can. It's pretty tough. So if this was my knife, I would tune this just a slight lighter, just because it's definitely a front flipper, and this is really aggressive jimping. Really aggressive. I might file that down if this was my knife as well. So I like the frag pattern a lot. It is pretty aggressive frag pattern. Might like it, see it's a little softened down a little bit. That would be cool. The front flipper is pretty good. Okay, yeah, so you got to be careful. If you got to make sure you're clear out of there, or your finger's going to get caught, which mine just did. So let's do it again. So it works fine, and then you can drop here. You clear that, your thumb catches right there, so you're good to go. So it's definitely kind of cool once you get here. You're not going to worry about it guillotining your finger. And over here, you just got to make sure you clear the frame. Now it's a little, yeah, it's super aggressive, super sharp right there again. So yeah, it's a really cool looking knife. I think it's great. I don't know what the cost is, but the materials for the frag pattern, the titanium backspacer, mill deep pocket carry clip. Now there's not a whole lot of room to clear here, which is kind of a bummer. Sometimes you want a little more room if you have thicker pants. So that's interesting. The action's really nice. It's actually not bad. I just gotta make sure I don't put any pressure on that frame lock, and then it works just fine. And this part right here works really nice. Now the only problem is, because it's so aggressive, you got to be careful. It's going to rip your skin off, right? But the action's really nice. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like the blade shape. I really dig that blade shape, especially the different grinds for that satin finish that they got going on here. You got a grade this way, you got this way, you got this way. That's kind of cool. It's compound, flat grind right here, and then it's hollow right here. And it comes to a ridiculous edge. Yeah, it's pretty sharp. Really nice. And it is S90V. I'm sure the heat treat's pretty decent on here. Got some jimping here. I mean, the jimping is sort of functional. It's kind of recessed, so it's hard, but if you're pushing it hard, you can definitely get your hand on there. Could you choke up? Can sort of choke up. I really wouldn't choke up right there, not there. Now, you could sort of choke up like right here, right? If you had to choke up in this way, you could do that, or like a pinch grip, you could definitely do that. So that's nice. The action is pretty nice when it drops. Very, very smooth. Really cool. Definitely case ceramic ball bearings. You can definitely feel that. Definitely has a snappy detent. As long as you don't put any... Ooh, see, I just put the pressure on there and I couldn't get it. I couldn't break it and it starts to dig in my hand. That's the only problem with that. When it's so hard, it does that. It can separate your skin. I had a knife like that and it just was so uncomfortable. And that's a bummer. So, you know, keep that in mind, especially depending on, I'm sure he has different variations of this. We'll have a link for it down below. And, you know, if this is a little too aggressive for you, you can definitely get something that's less aggressive. You might enjoy more. Definitely worth trying, right? But very, very cool. I like the front flipper. I like the design. I like the look of it. I think the grip here is really nice. Oh, and the cutaway. The cutaway for that frame lock is really nice. Got some nice little texture right there, and it's definitely chamfered with some texture, so you're not going to slip off. So that's really cool. Yeah, and the action's really nice. This part right here, I really dig. That's really, really, really nice. I just wish this wasn't as aggressive. Definitely would, if it's mine, I could definitely soften it down with a little nail file. Worth doing. Some people are going to love that. You know, you're going to absolutely love that, but man, that's definitely a grinder there. It's a meat grinder, if you will. You use that enough, you're going to clear your skin right off. You can exfoliate the biggest calluses with this thing here. How about that? You know, that's something your wife could get into, or some of your ladies, or anybody who likes to exfoliate, I guess you would know. But anyways, yeah, very cool. Everything's nicely chamfered all the way around, right? So when I grip in this, like I said, I have large hands, so I've got room over here definitely for extra large, double extra large. If I choke up a little bit, tons and tons of room. It is nicely rounded, nothing sharp up there when I grip in here. If I grip like this and squeeze grip, it's great. If I grip a little higher like this, I can feel it right there. It's not terrible, but I can definitely feel it. I think it feels more comfortable right here like this. Definitely a good push cut. You know, you can do a good push cut like that into leather, hard plastics. It's got a nice little tip on there, but it's got some aggressiveness to it. So you can get through your dog food, cat food, mulch, fertilizer, you know, whatever your cases of water. Definitely works really nice. Now I would put my cage, so I have these 6mm O-rings that I put on some of these thumb studs sometimes. It's really, really nice, by the way. And it works really well, and it's quite carry L. And I think I would probably put them on here as well, because I think that would make it just a little nicer to get a little kind of a roundedness to it, you know, because when you're over here and you're putting down like that, it's really comfortable, right? It's kind of a nice little soft thing to kind of go against. It's not digging into your hand. So I could do that on here as well, because I think they're similar but not quite the same. Yeah, definitely similar. I could definitely put it on here on this Goat AXL. Yeah, that would probably be pretty cool as well. I'd have to try that. But on these guys, definitely works really well. All right, so this is the Tuya Knives. Oh, I'm putting the pressure down. Yeah, got to be careful there. Tuya Knives. The front flipper works. It's very good. It is very good. What else? Oh, did we check out the hardware? I don't know if we did. Let's see what screw size we're. I think those are T6s, so I'm going to check this out. This is a T6. All right, let's see. Oh, I'm wrong. I love being wrong. That is awesome. Yes. I'm completely wrong. All right, so this is a T8 screwdriver here. Let's try that. T8. Yes, sir. Very, very nice. T8. And, oh, we got a captive pivot. I hope it's a true captive pivot. I have seen stuff from other manufacturers where it looks like it's a captive pivot. It's not. It was just glued. Now, if it's not captive, I hope at least they super glued the snot out of one side so you can't get it open, right, unless you like heat treat it or something, because then that makes it really, really nice. No blade rock. Action is really nice. Centered is still really good. All right. Yeah, that's really cool. Very, very cool. A couple small things that are a bummer for me, you know, but otherwise I think people, if you like the look, if the aesthetic really pleases you, you're going to enjoy this knife a lot. I think it's definitely worth looking into and investigating and giving it a try and seeing, hey, is this kind of knife for me? It definitely has some nice vibes to it. there's a few things I would do to make this really a truly enjoyable knife, especially since it's a front flipper. I like to have front flippers be comfortable. I mean, it's not bad. See, I can do it. It's just, it's going to strip my skin off, right? That's the only problem. It's so aggressive. This jimping right here, I don't know if you can see that. This jimping right here is pretty aggressive. All right, so let's go ahead and get a nice close look up on this knife. Here we go. Here's the Wraith. I believe it's called a Wraith. I'm going to double check that real quick. Hold on. All right, so this is the Wrath, not the Wraith. I don't know why I was saying Wraith. It's a Wrath. So W-R-A-T-H. I'll have it correct in the description, and I'm sure some of you guys will correct me, but it's the Wrath, and it is S90V blade steel. It's a compound grind. Beautiful swedgeback. This is the frag pattern. They have different versions. Look like some different styles out there. So the one that I'm looking at is called the Frag Satin. There's a Frag DLC as well. Then they also have a Sagai pattern, which is kind of cool. Some of these are not in stock. The Frag pattern and the DLC Frag pattern are the ones that are in stock. They also had a diamond pattern as well, so those are cool. But the Frag pattern's nice. I like it. It is pretty aggressive. So if you're looking for something with texture that you can use very nicely and you don't want to slip, this is definitely the knife for you, because this is a great knife in wet conditions where you don't want to drop it or it's moist or oily. You can definitely, there's a lot of advantage to this type of a texture on a knife. So definitely consider that. That's definitely a benefit I would see. Now, if you're looking for something a little smooth, a little slicker and stuff like that, you might look at, see when some of the other patterns come in. Hopefully you can get one of those as well. So there you go. That's the Wrath. The Wrath. Okay, very cool little knife, a Dave Warren design at Tuya Knives. I think it's definitely worth checking out. I liked some of the stuff. I had an Envy. I still have a Hive. Those are really great knives. I tried out the Caledron. Not a super huge fan of that knife. That one's a little different. So, you know, for some people that really speaks to them. Didn't speak to me. That's all right. Never dropped that video, so that's okay. Anyways, so interesting knife. Definitely worth checking out. I think you would enjoy this knife. Definitely worth trying out. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, entertaining, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel. Allows me to grow, produce more content, just basically do more things for you guys. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to every one of you guys, subscribers who watch the videos, members, and I appreciate you members. I really do. And you can also become a member if you're interested. I would very much appreciate that. Definitely consider becoming a member, and it really helps out the channel. Allows me to do just a bunch more things than I can even do. So thank you to you guys. If you haven't already, maybe consider hitting that notification button as well so you can be notified of future content when it's dropped. Also, finally, if you haven't checked me out over on Instagram, check me out over there on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.